It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and this is the first beer from ASDA's brand new kind of release of April 2024, where they launched about 20 beers. It was quite impressive what they launched. We're going to go with Magic Rock. Magic Rock, great name in brewing. Probably about 8 years ago. Things are not what they were, but I'm always hopeful that they can get back to their best. Chucking a beer into ASDA, I'm not sure if that's getting back to their best. There's only one way to find out. You can pick up these beers in ASDA's they're 4 for 3 deals. So if you bought the beer on its own, it would be £3 a can. As part of that 4 for 3 deal, it works out at about £2.25 per can. So let's have a look at it then. It's called Solar Gaze, and it's a juicy wheat IPA at 6.5% ABV. There we go. And it's their slogan, Drink Magic. Their branding years ago, you know, the circus kind of tightrope walkers and stuff, it used to be fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Everything about Magic Rock when they first come out was of the highest quality. Everything about it was like the gold standard of beer. Branding's changed a little bit. It's a little bit, what would you call that? I don't know, like a little bit half-hearted compared to where they were many years ago. Have a look online at some of the Magic Rock branding if you would. Some of the beer labels, they were terrific back in the day. Let's get this out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening. I'm using it like a wheat beer style glass, with it being called a juicy wheat IPA. A long and slender glass for this one then. It looks okay, doesn't it? Two to 3 finger white head. Good levels of carbonation as the beer rises up the side of the glass. You can see that carbonation there in the bottom of the glass. Hazy wheat, juicy beer. There's no sediment in the bottom of the glass, so let's get straight into the aroma then. It smells okay. You definitely get that sense of wheat in there. Then it's like pine needles and pine cones and grapefruit and fleshy blood orange. Maybe we can hold up a little bit of hope for this one. Let's get in there. Let's get into this. Cheers, everybody. Oh, I like that. Straight away. Stone the crows. Yes, stone the crows, okay. I like the creamy, rich mouthfeel. I do, I really like that. It's the creamy, rich mouthfeel of a wheat beer. But it's not, like, it doesn't have that yeast that they use in a wheat beer. They've decided to go with like an American ale yeast, I imagine, where it's just kind of doing its job of turning all those lovely sugars into alcohol and no more. It's not offering up any kind of banana and clove. So they've swapped the yeast out. No, let's start again. They've used wheat without the wheat beer yeast, and they've chucked in some American hops. And this is fairly tidy. This is a pretty decent beer. Well done, Magic Rock. Well done, ASDA. I love the creaminess, the richness of wheat in beer. I love that mouthfeel. It's like a reassuring mouthfeel. It's like it's refreshing, very refreshing, but there's some body there. There's some real body to the beer. A little bit of sweetness from that wheat as well, but it has a fantastic bitterness on the back end. Oh yeah, I mean, could this be Magic Rock? I've said this before. Could this be Magic Rock getting back to their best? I mean, I know they're severely limited with what they can do for £3 for a can of beer, £2.25 on offer. They are severely hamstrung in that sense of like, this is not an £8 Verdant IPA, or this is not like, you know, super expensive craft beer. But I tell you what, it's for the money. For the even if you put money to the side and you weren't even thinking about the money, I bet people have spent £5, £6, £7, £8 on a can of beer and they've been slightly disappointed by it. Whereas I reckon if you gave them this in a blind taste test after they bought their £5, £6, £7 can of craft beer, they would be pleasantly surprised by this. It's a real good effort. It's real good thinking from Magic Rock, or the company behind Magic Rock, to go, do you know what? Let's throw some wheat in there. Let's spice things up a little bit in terms of mouthfeel, and they've done that. A little bit of sweetness, fantastic flavours in the middle of marmalade, maybe some spicy rye in there as well. It becomes lovely and bitter on the back end. I'm very hesitant to say peppery and spicy because I always seem to use that word peppery and spicy. It is, by the way, peppery and spicy, and with a fantastic bitterness on the back end. So you've got that little bit of sweetness, fantastic bitterness on the back end, marmalade, grapefruit flavours in the middle, with a rich, creamy mouthfeel. It's a brilliant beer. I'm really happy with this. Really, really happy. Of course, you could tell by me starting the review, I was really apprehensive. Didn't really know what I was going to expect from this. Barley, oats, wheat. Barley, oats and wheat. Of course, there's a lot of hops in here as well. That's a great effort. That is a great effort from the guys there at Magic Rock. Let's have a look at the beer then as you rock it back and forth. Nice lacing on the glass. Look at the carbonation. Yeah, that's a real screamer of a beer. It's really good, and I'm really pleased that there's been a lot of thought that's gone into this. They've not just thrown out another boring IPA, another boring New England IPA here. They've really put their brewers to the test here, or maybe the brewer was like, do you know what, let's do this, and they've listened to him. Maybe that was a situation. But anyway, regardless of that, get yourself to ASDA, pick up this beer. It's blooming decent. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. When was the last time I said that about a Magic Rock beer? Long time ago. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.